we can make a move. So that is what we're going to be doing right now. So let's get started, guys. This is one that I've done before actually, and it was really, really good. I've done this one before, and we can go. So handling criticism, guys. So make sure you write down handling criticism. It's a really good way of understanding what to do. Now, just to get started, guys, criticism is the expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of perceived faults or mistakes. So write that down. The expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of the perception of their perceived faults or mistakes. That is what criticism is all about, right? That's why we kind of feel a certain way, because it's an expression of disapproval. Now, one thing that I really want to touch on in this training is the constructive or destructive criticism, because I think if we all on this call understand the difference, we can be better leaders, we can be better friends, we can be better partners, we can be better everything, guys. And you have to know the difference, okay? So constructive, and I want you all to write this down, especially if you're a leader, especially if you want to be a leader, if you want to run your own business, if you want to run your own life, you need to know the difference. The first, for constructive, it intends to educate, okay? We have to intend to educate in anything that we're doing, guys. We don't want to put someone down. We don't want to make them feel a certain way. We're intending to educate them, okay? We want that to be constructive. And education is crucial in growth. But guys, we want to make sure that we are also aware that it is not to do anything else, okay? So if you are criticizing someone and is not intended to educate them, that is a problem, okay? That's a problem. If it's intended to have a laugh, if it's intended to joke around, like, just beware. Constructive criticism is intending to educate. Next one is it's related to work. Constructive criticism is related to work. So if you are criticizing someone on the way they are, the way they dress, or something like that, and is not related to work, that's not constructive criticism. So I've seen before, people have been like, oh, I'm just giving constructive criticism. And I actually found out that it's not constructive criticism at all, because it's not related to work. It's related to how they are, and it doesn't feel good, right? It hasn't got any form of education behind of it. It's just making someone feel small and saying it's constructive criticism. So if someone makes you feel that it's not related to work and it's not based on education, right, guys, take it with a pinch of salt. It's not constructive, okay? Now, it helps build on an idea. So write down, it helps build on an idea. So if you're saying, hey, I've got this amazing idea and it does this, 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 and this, the constructive criticism will build that, right? It will build it. So if you had an idea saying, I want to go for, I want to build a business around as many firemen as possible, right? I want every fireman. Please, can someone do that? I want a business on every fireman. Wow, right? You have that business idea. I actually might do that. So, right, that's one idea, okay? I want to go for all firemen because they understand teamwork, definitely, like they risk their lives for each other, right? They're really hot. I'm joking. So that's that. But you can understand, right? I have this idea that I want to get every single fireman in the business, okay? Because I feel like they need money, they need to know where to invest, and all of these things, okay? Now, if I said that to someone and they tore the idea down, they're like, that's a shit idea, like that won't work, like you won't be successful in that. Like if I did that, then it's not constructive. However, if someone said to me, like, let's say I went to ads and I said, I want every fireman in the country, he might be like, okay, but what about other people, all about emergency services in general, right? What about not just the hot fireman? What about emergency services in general, right? So now that's building an idea rather than saying that idea is rubbish, we don't need it. that is the example of constructive criticism. Okay, so it has to build up, is not to put down. Now the next thing is makes the outcome better, right? So constructive criticism makes the outcome better. So if I go back to my fireman idea, right? Me and Ads were having a conversation. I said, we need firemen. I want to just focus on firemen all day, every day, right? And he's like, no, maybe emergency services. The outcome is that I have a bigger chance of having a bigger business because I'm not just focusing on one certain type. I'm actually branching out to an idea and a concept that should make the outcome better. So my outcome is to help as many people in the emergency services as possible because they don't have it great right now, right? So if I can target more people with the same message, that makes the outcome much better. Put 111 in the chat if this is making sense to you right now, and put 111 in the chat if you understand that some people do say it's constructive when it's not, right? We want to make sure that everyone is active. Everyone on this call is active, guys. We want to make sure that we know the difference because it will make you better and you more confident. Okay, now constructive criticism also, guys, comes along to help, right? It helps, okay? So if I am going to someone and I need help in an idea, they are going to help the idea. They're not going to take control of the idea. They're going to help. They're going to ask you questions. Okay, so you want to write down, ask questions. It's not what am I'm going to do this and this and this. It's going to be like, how can I help you in this? Okay, so you're trying to do an idea. So guys, if you were trying to build an 8-figure trading account, right? You went to someone and said, I need to build an 8-figure trading account. They should be able to help you. They should be able to guide you. Like I know for a fact, Ads is definitely going to guide you as well in all aspects, but he's going to do it in a way that is related to work and is educated, and it will help build your existing idea of what you want to trade and how you want to trade it, right? That's what constructive criticism is about. We can't take control of the whole thing, but we for sure can help you build on the idea that you already have, because that's the difference between constructive and destructive, okay? So if you want us to take control, you have to understand that's not constructive criticism, right? We're not here to take control of your life. We're here to build an idea that you have and that can make your outcome better, right? It's intended to educate and relate it to work. So that's one thing we're going to do. But if anyone tries to criticize you and it doesn't have these points, keep that in mind, okay? You don't have to listen to everything if it doesn't have those points aside. Now, destructive criticism is the worst in your mindset. It's the worst in your business. It's the worst in leadership, right? It's the worst in friendship, relationships, all of that, guys, okay? Now, you need to write down what destructive is. It's intended to embarrass, right? They're intending to embarrass you. So they are taking the mick. They are making you feel small. They are making you feel that you have a crazy idea that will never work. When they're criticizing you, it feels like a personal attack. It's a personal attack on you, your personality, your character. It's a personal attack on how you feel, right? So you got to understand, guys, if you feel that someone is personally attacking you, that is not constructive, yeah? If you have to make it as though that they is related to work and is intended to make you better. It is not there to tear down an idea, okay? So you don't want to, if someone is tearing down your ideas, they're not giving you constructive criticism, okay? They're not giving you constructive criticism. They're giving you destructive criticism. And that is why you feel that personal attack, okay? It makes the person feel down. If you are around anyone and you feel down and it's a personal attack and is not related to work, get rid of that person, right? Get rid of that person. You don't need them around you, okay? You'll be more successful without that person in your life, okay? So if they make you feel down, if they tear down your idea, if it feels like a personal attack and it's intending to embarrass you, you get rid of that person, because that's destructive, okay? We don't need destructive criticism in our life. Life is hard enough, right? Life is hard enough. And if you have a circle of people that do that to you, be very, very careful. Now, when you give an idea, true leadership does not take over, okay? True leadership is not there to take over, it's there to help. So if someone's coming to you with an idea, don't take over the idea. You help them make the outcome better, right? You want to work with them, not against them, okay? Destructive criticism is poor leadership, right? Destructive criticism is poor leadership. So we want to make sure, guys, that trading is all mindset, right? So if we have constant destructive criticism around us, our mindset is going to be poor, right? We need to make sure that when we are trading, we're not in that destructive mindset, okay? So we want to keep away from those people, especially during trading, especially during growing your business, because you guys are going to get destructive criticism. This industry gets destructive criticism, right? Your life attracts destructive criticism because you want more from life. People don't want that for you, okay? So if people want that for you, they're going to be constructive. But if they don't want that for you, they're going to be destructive. So you made that decision. You want to be a best trader. You want to make money for yourself. You want to have your own business. You want to control your own life. There are people that don't want that for you because they're not brave enough to do it for themselves. So it's going to attract a lot of destructive criticism. If you were in, say, a corner shop, you were in retail, you were doing whatever you were doing, you were living a very comfort zone life, right, with no change, no hope, no future, right, to your goals, you don't enjoy what you're doing, right, they won't give you that destructive criticism because that doesn't threaten their own success, okay? They're not going to do that to you. But when you want more from life, when you want to be happy, when you want to have peace, when you want to be successful, then you will get loads of destructive criticism, most likely from the people closest to you, okay? Most likely from your friends and family, most likely from people you've helped, okay? Because they don't want that for you. But I'm not saying get rid of all of them. I'm saying know the difference, okay? Know the difference when someone is there for you and when someone is not, okay? If you feel embarrassed, if you have that personal attack, if it's tearing down your ideas and you feel down, that's not constructive. You don't need to listen to that. We listen to constructive criticism, right? We listen to constructive criticism. We don't listen to destructive criticism. If it's destructive, we put it in a corner, we lock it away, and we are out of there, okay? We move on. If it's constructive and it's going to help you and it's going to work and it's building your idea and it's making an outcome better, that is constructive. You act on that, right? You act on that. So I want you guys to know the difference for one. Now, 4 steps in handling criticism. Write this down. Number 1, know yourself. Know yourself. Number 2 is you change yourself. Number 3, accept yourself. Or number 4, forget yourself. There's 4 steps, right? Know yourself, change yourself, accept yourself, or forget yourself, right? So know yourself. This is a reality issue, right? This is a reality issue. Now they say knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, and I genuinely believe that to be so true. If you believe that, put 111 in the chat if you believe that. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Put 111 in the chat if you believe that, right? Put it in the chat if you know knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, right? Everyone does, okay? Now, the reason why we need to know ourselves, guys, is because when we have destructive criticism, we need to know what to do next and how to handle that. When we don't know ourselves, we're more likely to take this to heart and we're not comfortable, and it will ruin our self-esteem. So if you don't know yourself, you don't know how to handle these situations. So when something is said against your idea, right, you take it very personally, and because you don't know yourself, you just take it to heart, and that can hinder all progress, right? So we want to know ourselves because this is a reality issue. If you gave an idea and someone tore it down, you'll be like, I can do it because I know myself, right? I'm determined. I am going to be successful. I am hardworking. I am disciplined, right? So I'm going to prove them wrong, right? So, but you only do that when you know yourself. When you don't know yourself, you start to doubt everything about you. Can I do this? Am I skilled enough? Do I have time? Am I focused, right? Am I that? So you got to know yourself to handle the rest. The next thing is change yourself. This is a responsibility issue. So you want to ask yourself, who criticized me? How was it given? Why was it given? Who criticized me? Okay, so say your mentor criticized you, right? So imagine Jason said, I think you should do this because this isn't working. Okay, cool. So it's Jason, right? Okay, let me write down the facts of Jason. He's one of the biggest names on Instagram. He made Instagram big. He makes millions. Like, he has an amazing life, right? He has relationship goals, right? He has everything that you're looking at, and he also has the mindset and the personality. Like, maybe personality needs a little bit of work, but he has a mindset, right? He has a mindset, and you're like, this guy is successful. This guy has what I want. Okay, cool. So that's one thing. Now, when you think about who's giving you the criticism, and if it's someone who has what you want or has skills that you want, you're gonna want to listen to it, okay? If, for instance, Ad's told me something about trading, and he has, by the way, right? He has. He told me something about trading, and then I looked at who, and it's not criticism, but it is, because that's what it is, right? It's constructive criticism. So if he gave me constructive criticism, and I said, okay, cool, what does Ads have? He has all the results. He's helped thousands of people. He has millions in the bank, right? So maybe I should listen to him because he's gone through something that I haven't gone through yet, and he's come out of it the other side, right? So you want to look at who's giving it to you. If it's some waste man, right, who honestly has no prospect of the future, who has no goals, right, who only fucks around, gets high, drinks, like does everything that you don't want to do, right? He's broke, he doesn't have his life in order, and he's criticizing me. I'm gonna say, do I need to listen to this? No, right? If it's a girl who honestly has the same life that she had 5 years ago, is in her comfort zone, right, is constantly being put down by other people, doesn't have self-confidence, blasts people out, doesn't have the mindset to help others, criticizing me, do I need to listen? No. Even your family, guys, if they haven't got what you want, do they need to be listened to? No. Right? You know. So that's one question you have to ask yourself when someone's criticizing you. I know people that have approached people about the business and said this business is amazing, and the person has got so much rejection and criticism back. You don't take it to heart, because you ask them, have they got what you want? Are they really in that level where you want to switch lives with them when they're criticizing you? If it's a no, you don't need to do it, right? If they haven't got what you want, and I don't mean just in money, I mean in mindset, in love, in family, in faith, in every aspect, right? If they're not where you're at, don't worry about not listening to them, okay? Nothing, especially if it's destructive. How was it given? Now, this is crucial, guys, because I see such poor leadership, and it's not because of what was said, it's how it was given. We are all savage, yeah? We're lions. We are savage. But, guys, if it was given to you in a way where you felt put down, where you know it's something personal, it's nothing to do with business, right? And you feel a certain way, then you have to ask yourself, do I really need to change myself? If someone said to me, you need to work on this, and it was like a personal attack, and I'm thinking, do I really though? Do I need to be put down? I mean, we've all been in those relationships where you've been put down and you think, do I need to change for this person? And if it was given in such a personal way, that's destructive. If it was given in a constructive way to help you become better, then, and it is actually going to make the outcome better, that's constructive. Now, one thing that people do wrong is they don't know the difference. And when a loved one gives them criticism, right, and they're very close, so it can be your partner, it could be your, I don't know, your best friend, it could be anyone to you, your mom, your dad, your brother, you think it's destructive, right? You think it's destructive because they're so close to you and they're criticizing your idea. You think it's destructive, so you don't listen. However, if a stranger gave you a destructive criticism and they're mocking you, they're putting your idea down and they're making you feel small, you think that's constructive, right? Because you don't know the relationship there. So you're actually switching the roles around and you're listening to the wrong people, okay? You're listening to a stranger giving you destructive criticism, but you're not listening to a close one who's giving you constructive criticism, okay? That's why knowing the difference is more important than what they're saying in the first place, okay? So we want to make sure the ones closest to us, we're listening to if it's constructive. The ones we don't know and they're giving destructive criticism, we don't listen to it at all. The next thing you want to ask yourself is, why was it given in the first place? If your mentor, your upline is giving you any criticism, why are they doing that? You know why mentorship is so amazing? Because the only way they grow is if you grow, right? So they have to make you better to grow, right? So Jason has to be on my case, because if I don't grow as a person, he doesn't grow, right? That's what's amazing about this, okay? Why was it given? Because we interlinked together, right? It's not, hey, I can just leave you in the quiet, in the zone, like over there, right? Why was it given? Is it to make you better? In a business perspective, guys, mentorship is so great, because the reason why it's given, I'll tell you the real reason, it's not the sale, it's the testimonial that you're going to give after when you're successful, right? Mentors do that for the testimonial. You know, if you were able to make someone a 6-7 figure trader, a 6-7 figure business owner, what it does to your brand, it's insane. It's more money than you can ever imagine, right? Having a successful brand will make you millions. 1 or 2 sales won't do that for you, right? But a good brand will. So when they're criticizing you as a mentor, don't just think about MLM. Even if it's just straight sales, it's the testimonial that matters, right? Because if you were successful and you thank them, people are going to know they work, right? That's why mentorship is so amazing because the only way to really grow is to have loads of testimonials. You can't grow with like ads here and that and that. You can try, but the best way is word of mouth. Okay. Next thing is you accept yourself. This is a maturity level. You accept yourself. When you know yourself, write this down. When you know yourself, you are empowered. When you accept yourself, you are invincible. Write that down. And I want you guys to put that all over social media today, because that's a fantastic way of thinking, right? When you know yourself, you are empowered. When you accept yourself, you are invincible. You are invincible, right? That's what you are. I want you to go into the lion's den right now and write that down. Every single person, write the same sentence. When you know yourself, you are empowered. When you accept yourself, you are invincible. And straight after that, I want you guys to write, I am invincible. Okay? Straight after that, write, I am invincible. And that's what we're going to put in the lion's den. Okay? We're going to accept ourselves, guys. We're going to love ourselves in knowing who we are. If we are emotional, accept it. That's who you are, right? If you want to have loyal people around you, accept it. That's who you are. If you want to have high standards for yourself and who's around you, accept it. That's who you are. That's what you deserve, right? So don't ever feel bad if someone's criticizing you for something that makes you invincible, right? We want to make sure we are that high in what we are. We accept ourselves for all of our flaws. That's not to say we don't change, guys. We have to change, right? We have to grow. We have to become better people in general. But we want to make sure that we are doing it in a way that we're not breaking ourselves down and changing who we are, right? We want to be around people that loves us for who we are, right? If they're saying, I like this, and we accept it, right? We are all lions, guys. We love each other for who they are, no matter who they are, right? They might be annoying. They might like things that you don't like. They probably will freaking piss you off. Trust me, I get pissed off daily, all the time, from one of you motherfuckers, all the time. But it doesn't mean that I don't accept you for who you are. That's who you are, okay? All I can do is build on the ideas you have to make you better, so you make more money, okay? So we want to make sure that, guys, we accept ourselves, but we accept others for who they are as well. One of the most amazing things about mine and Ads' whole working relationship, this is why I believe that all of you guys need to tag team, right? Because tag teaming, you go fast, is when you tag team with someone, right? Whether it's trading, business, whatever, and you accept each other for who you are, you really are in your best place. You really do feel invincible, right? When you tag team with someone who accepts you who you are and helps build on your ideas, you are invincible, right? You are invincible. So one thing I want you guys to really do is find a lion that will accept you for who you are and build with you, not just in business, in life as well, guys, in trading, whatever you want to tag team about, and you run, because it works. Tag teaming works, okay? So tag team and make it sure that they give you constructive criticism, not destructive, and make sure you do the same, right? Make sure you do the same. Now, forget yourself. This is a security issue, okay? If you forget yourself, right, when someone's giving you criticism, I don't like that. I don't believe you should forget about yourself. I don't think that anything that anyone says to you should ever make you forget about yourself, right? If you forget who you are, right, from being around someone, I don't think you should be around that person. You should be able to help who you become better, but I don't think that you should ever forget who you are, right? And I know for a fact you've been in relationships before, and I know this happens more in relationships, to be honest, but you've been in relationships where you forget who you are, what you like, what makes you happy, how you progress, right? Because it becomes about the other person, right? So you want to make sure that you bring it back to yourself and you put yourself first. Guys, you can't make anyone happy if you're not happy. You can't make anyone progress if you're not progressing. You can't make someone more money if you're not making more money, right? So I know a lot of people that pour so much into other people that they forget that the only way to get results for them is if they get results for themselves, because then you can lead the way, right? You can actually lead the way. You know which way to go, right? You're not dependent on anyone else. You are moving that direction. Okay, so I whether you have kids, whether you're married, wherever, guys, make sure you make yourself happy first. Make sure you put yourself in knowledge. Make sure you are growing. Make sure you are making yourself more money, because if you can make yourself more money, you can help anyone make money, right? Because you know the way. So lead the way. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking I'm forgetting about myself, because when you forget about yourself, you actually go into the limelight. You actually go into you go back, right? You go back a few steps. And one day, something's going to happen and you're going to flip and the top will come off and you will explode. And that's a bad day, guys. That's a bad day when you literally have gone to breaking point, okay? So don't forget yourself to a point where you go to breaking point. Go to the point in life where you are still happy with yourself, but you're not forgetting who you are, okay? Because you all have perks, guys. You all have purpose. So the conclusion for this, guys, is be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. So encourage people, guys. There's critics in every direction, right? We don't need any more critics in our lives, guys. We don't need any more. Perfect, guy. Perfect, Phoebe. You can put that up on Women Who Blossom, and I'll share that all day, every day. Right, guys? We don't need to be in a place where all we do is criticize. Yeah, all you Virgos on this call, that's what you do, right? Right? We don't need to be in this world where we don't encourage people to be who they are. We need to grow people. If you go back, and I want to go back to the main point, because this training is about what's the difference. If you go back to this page, I want you to watch how you act around people, right? It's all good about what people do to us, but you want to be the one who's on Constructive. You don't want to be the one to embarrass someone. You don't want to be the one who puts a personal attack on someone. You don't want to bring someone you love down. You don't want to make the person feel down. You want to show them as much love and respect as you can, right? You want to help them and grow them, okay? Because at the end of the day, guys, the world has got so much, right? There's so much negativity, so much hate, so much jealousy. Don't be another person like that, right? Don't be like that. Be a better person and build someone. So what I want you guys to focus on today is getting yourself a tag team partner. Could be random. I actually might do it random. Let's do it random. We might do it random. Ads, can you hear me? Are you on this call? Ads, if you're on this call, Ads, let's go and make it random and take people out of the hat. You pick one, I pick one, and we have tag team our teams together, right? So if you can hear me, Ads, I hope that's there. I know you're recording and doing stuff as well. But guys, make sure, right, that's what we're going to work on. And then when we have our tag team buddy, whoever that may be, we're going to make sure that we never give them destructive criticism, okay? So that is the end of today's training, guys. I know Phoebe is going to upload for everyone, and I do think she'll be on it because she's finally here, right? So guys, make sure you have an amazing day. We have 5 p.m. training with Ads. Before you do that training with Ads, make sure you do one go live session, right? One go live session. Make sure you do that. If you don't do that, you're a waste man, right? You are going to stay broke. So make sure you do one go live session. Make sure you look at your charts. Make sure you look at what's going on. And make sure, guys, you are never, in the destructive criticism column again. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Put in the chat what you've learned today. Put in the chat what you're going to learn today, and put in the chat what you're going to achieve today. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing day, and see you in a few hours. Bye.